Let's decorate our Christmas tree. This is my inspiration. This is a theme. However, I want to use the items that I already have and try to make it work. Maybe DIY some pieces. I have purchased just a few bits and bobs to kind of spruce it up. I've had the same Christmas tree for the past 7 years, I want to say. It's always been a classic gold, white, red theme with obviously a green tree. But this year, I wanted to introduce just a little bit more pink to it, less gold, and just make it a little bit more girly. I've pulled out my Christmas tree. I've been using the same tree for almost 7 years, and it is in dire need of an upgrade. So I have a classic Christmas tree. It's green. It's a fake one. I wish we could get real Christmas trees where I live, but we can't. But it serves its purpose. I've been using it for the past 7 years, and it does well. It is looking a little sparse just because we use it so much. Not only do I use it at home, we also used to use it in the studio for photo shoots and tutorials. So it's been through it, but it's still a good tree. So we have to do a little bit of extra work to not make it look so empty. And then I've pulled out all of my old decor that I've had. I do have a lot of red. I have a lot of like white decor. I didn't take out any of my silver or my gold. And then we have a few bits of like rose, like a metallic pink, I want to say. I used to use this with a smaller white tree that we used to decorate in the office. So I've pulled those pieces as well. And then I have a few like fancier, more delicate items as well that I thought would work with this look. First thing we have to do is set up the tree. I want to be really systematic with it this year. Usually I get really impatient. I put up the whole tree, and then at the end, I'm like trying to fix the branches. I'm trying to wrap up the lights. But what we're going to do this year is go one at a time. We're going to start from the bottom, put down the stump first, and then do like one branch at a time, fluff it out really nicely, make sure it looks really even, wrap the lights on because I love a good twinkly tree. I love my little lights. I want to make sure I wrap the lights from the bottom, and then we keep like building on the tree. I don't want to fluff out the entire thing, then try to do the lights because then it just gets way too complicated. Let's get started with our tree. So this theme that I'm going for is red, white, and pink. And it is kind of based on this wrapping paper that I found that has like this pink background. Then it has some mistletoe, it has some candy canes, it has some red bows, some cherries. And I just love this. I already love this combo of pink and red that seems to just be everywhere. But then in this Christmas theme, I thought it was the cutest thing. I really haven't seen all the decor pieces together, so I'm not really sure how it's gonna look. Every year I do a classic gold, red, white themed tree. It looks amazing. In my opinion, it looks amazing. However, this year I just wanted to do something a little bit different. So I have a 7-foot tree, so it requires a lot of little bits of decoration. I didn't want to have to buy a whole range of different things. So if I wanted to do like a blue tree, I didn't want to have to buy like 200 blue baubles. So that's why I kind of stuck to this red and white and just introduced that little bit of pink. I want to be really systematic with the way that I do the tree this year, where I want to do from the base up and I want to go one branch at a time. I think we have a giant garland right here. More garland. I can't remember why I put the garlands in the Christmas tree box. I'm trying to remember if I put it in here to wrap the garland within the tree so it's less blank. All right, we have the cute little feet. I don't remember it being small. I'm trying to think, is this for a smaller tree or? I'm pretty sure this is the base. I'm pretty sure. The next step is going to be to fluff out all the leaves so the tree can stabilize itself a little bit. I have to tell you guys, I'm having like the biggest confusion about my Christmas tree situation right now because I know that I bought a new Christmas tree that we were using in the office because we used to click a lot of like Christmas tree decoration, like tutorials, not only how to decorate your Christmas tree, but also how to click like the video of you doing like a before and after, that kind of thing, right? Or like how to do a stop motion, etc. I just can't figure out which is the new tree and which is the old tree. This seems like the new tree because it doesn't look familiar to me. The other tree, like I've told you, I put up 8 years in a row. So I kind of well, at least I think I know how big it spreads, and this just seems different. But this one also seems very sparse as well. And now I'm kind of like, why did I buy a second tree that was also very sparse? I bought the second tree when I think I was pregnant, and I wasn't there when it was set up. It was set up like in the office, and like I don't think I was the one that clicked the tutorials of it. So that's why I'm just really blanking on this right now. Like, that's why vlogging is so great, because if I had vlogged that day, I would know exactly what had happened. Okay. And this tree also like is losing branches. So I'm just like, what did I do here? I'm doing what I've told you guys that I was going to do. I'm just fluffing out each little branch as I go along, making sure it's all straight, because once it's all done, it is so hard to go back and like try to fluff them out. But I think it's just gonna be, anyway, I'm really blanking on what's happened here. I also found the correct base for this tree. I believe one of the trees, there were 7 feet, and the other one that I bought was 8 feet, but it was a little thinner. We have a little helper, everybody. We have a little elf to help with the tree. This is her second Christmas. Really, I'm gonna count this as her first, because last Christmas, she had no idea what was happening. And this Christmas, she'll be able to say, Merry Christmas. What's this? It's a tree? Oh, what's this? See, I found a little Christmas ornament thing on this. So that means we did decorate this tree at some point. Did we decorate it here, or did we decorate it in the office? Let me finish fluffing out this base, and then I'll check in with you guys. Now I know it doesn't look like much, but we're kind of done with the first level of the branches. So I'm gonna go in and start. I'm trying to think if I should go in and do the second level, or if I should wrap up the wires on this. I feel like it's easier to wrap the wires now because you can just see all of the branches, but also like hard to get a vibe of the tree, right? Because it's just looks so sparse. We're gonna make it work. We're gonna make this tree look beautiful, guys. Let's go get the light, and then we can start wrapping it around this base. Our baby does not want to do nap time right now. My husband's trying to put her to sleep. She is a little bit sick, so we just want her to get in an extra nap. But I have my lights here. I tested it out. It's still working from last year. It is like just wrapped around this coat hanger, and then like we can just hang it or just keep it like this also if we want to. Just an easy way to have them like not get tangled. But I'm gonna try and get all the wires to come down from the same place so they can be plugged in at that place. They all have like this button kind of operation, and you have to like press on the button to figure out like what setting to put them in, because you can have them as like slow fade, you can have them as twinkly, you can have them as steady. I usually like to have them on as steady. So I'm gonna have it just dangling maybe for right now like on this spot, and then we can start. I'm gonna get it so the this box thing touches the ground, because that makes it easier to like find all the little control. And what I'm gonna do is just like wrap them around the branch. I think I'm gonna wrap them forward once and then wrap them back. I'm just at the end of my first roll line of light. I still have one more branch to go at the bottom, so I'm going to start with the next one. But what I think I'm going to do is, instead of fluffing it out and then adding the lights, I'm going to fluff and add the lights at the same time, because I'm realizing as I'm adding in the light, whatever fluffing that I did in that like particular direction, it's just getting a little here and there, I want to say. So I just want to avoid that, so I don't have to do everything twice, and just like add fluff, add lights as I go. All right, so we're just done with that, and that's like the first little bit of light. I mean, you can't, it doesn't look any different because I haven't turned them on, but I'm excited. And I think this is gonna take me the entire day to get done. I don't know why I always think like putting up a Christmas tree is like a 1 hour job. It literally takes an hour to just get this thing out of the box. All right, let's continue. I'm gonna, I think probably make a little bit of coffee, maybe listen to an ebook and get like this first portion of the tree turn, just like really power through it. The first part of the tree is done. Now we have the second part. For whatever reason, I thought there was 3 parts to this tree, but there's only 2, which is actually great. Okay, it's great. So we're like halfway there. I have spent, I want to say 3 hours lighting and fluffing this tree. That's 3 hours. I thought I was going to get this entire thing done in an hour. And I have a feeling that we're going to have to continue on until tomorrow, which I'm not so excited about. But anyway, okay. This tree is kind of looking a little sparse and a little funky, but I want to get the entire tree on and light it so I can kind of see what needs to be filled in and what branches need to be moved around. I checked all the lights and 2 of them are damaged. It's really annoying because like these lights are not cheap. And they're actually just really hard to find, especially like I want them to be the warm yellow lights, but not yellow, like yellow, like a warm white kind of a vibe. And they have to be like either a dark green or a black to match with the tree. I find that the ones that are clear or the ones that are white just stand out too much. And it just like I spend the entire time using the ornaments to try and hide the wires that are peeking out. So I think the black and the green work perfectly. Those 2 are broken and I just sent my driver out to go and find some more. He didn't find the exact ones, but he found ones that have like a slightly bigger bulb, which I think would work. And I think it would also just help kind of everything stand out a little bit more. So I have about this much left from whatever I did on this top section, which I think might cover some portion of this tree. So what I'm going to do is finish this one off for this portion of the tree. And then when the driver brings the rest of the lights with the bigger bulbs, and I'm just going to probably run them through the tree again. I love a good like twinkly tree. The more lights, the better. So I think it'll look good. And I think just having the mix of the bigger bulbs and smaller bulbs and with the bigger bulbs like running through the tree will also help kind of have that just like kind of even look. They wouldn't want just the bigger bulbs to be only at the top. I've already just started to kind of fluff this out because I thought it would be easier to do while I have it here. And I'm going to actually probably just fluff out the top of it a little bit because fluffing out the top is always like a little bit tricky because you have to use the ladder, and the ladder obviously like is going to stand a little bit further out from the top of the tree. But it's always so satisfying at the end when you do get to put that little star on, like a little like, you know, a candle on a birthday cake, cherry on top kind of moment. But I want to just fluff this out. I always feel like I screw up the top of the tree because I can never reach it. And by the time you get to the top, you're so tired also. I'm trying to make this top as even as possible because if I just get it right this time around, I won't have to like use the ladder to climb up and... Guys, why didn't I realize this? This is so much easier to fluff out. I'm so silly. It is 3-part. So I was like, I just don't remember having a tree ever that had only 2 parts. I don't remember purchasing it. Okay, this is so much easier. Here we go. Okay, I want to fluff this out and then just attach it onto that and then attach the entire thing on so I don't have to get the ladder and do it. That looks fluffed out. All right, guys. I'm just gonna, if I fluff out this top part, no, I think I could reach it. So I'll just put that on. I'm just gonna put it on just so I have somewhere to like balance it. And then I can put on that little bit. Dun, 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 dun. It looks like when you have hair fall, like a tree fall, leaf fall. But it's gonna look better with ornaments, I swear. I say this, you know, because I have postpartum hair fall, but not to make fun of anyone with hair fall. Just making fun of myself. Let me just move this over because I can't figure out how it looks like when it's standing next to that bamboo plant. Okay, can't move it like that. Here we go. Can't move it like that. Here we go. All right. Let's look at, I look tiny next to this tree and the top of the tree is crooked. Let the goal for today just to get the tree done and the lights done, and then we'll get the ornaments done. So let's see if we can, if this amount of light, I don't know if you guys can see it, if this light amount can just cover the rest of the tree, because then I'm sorted and then I can just like take the bigger bulbs and run it up and down the tree, and we'll be golden then. We are done lighting the tree. Well, wrapping the lights around, I want to say, because I feel like if you want to say lighting the tree, then you have to turn on the lights. But we're done. We're done. Finally, it has taken me from, I think we started like 1 p.m. and it's currently 7 p.m. and I hardly took any breaks. So we're done. And now it's time to see if the lighting works. Those big bulb lights that I was telling you guys about, we could only find one of them in the market. I don't want to put just one of them on because I think it'll look a little bit odd. If I find more, I might end up threading it through, but let's just hope we've done the job. Time to test and make sure that it all works. All right, if you guys remember, I put all of like the plug points at one particular point. So I think that's over here. I have like a multi-plug. Everything is plugged in. The switch is on. I pray that nothing catches on fire. There's no short circuit. Let's just turn off some of like the surrounding light. You can see some are blinking and some are like on steady. So I think we just gotta like just align them all. I'm actually not too mad at this. I think it could for sure do a little bit of twinkle, especially in this section over here. But I think I could just fix it with adjusting the lights. But in the video for me, when I'm looking at it, it looks good. So I think it's gonna come together, guys. Do I think it could do with more lights? Always, 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 always. But I think I've done a decent job. I think we just need to like move things about a little bit. And then I think we got it. I'm so happy. I did a little test of this and it's such a nice light bulb. You guys can tell it's like really big bulbs and it actually is so bright. But I just wish we had more of them so I could run it up and down. But right now, I think I'm gonna continue. The baby is asleep and because she's a little sick, she's been clingy all day. So it's been it's hard to get it all done. So since she's asleep, I'm gonna go in. What I think I'm gonna do is put like all of my non-special baubles on. So those are like, I think we might start with these ones because I have so many of them and I don't mind actually kind of just like using them to just be hidden inside. I don't need them to be front and center. And I think we'll put like the finishing touches, like the really special ornaments that I bought just for this pink tree around the outside. But these, I'm gonna try and just put it right up like in here to kind of like, you can see that there's some hollow spaces. I'm gonna try and put them right inside so that they take up some of the hollow spaces. And then also if I can, line them up with one of the lights so the light flashes against like the metallic paint and it just creates like a brighter light or just like makes it shimmer inside. So that's the plan. I'm gonna leave the tree here while I work on it. And so it could just be even all around. And then I think when I'm done with like the basic decorations, we'll move it into the corner so I can just figure out like and decorate the front of the tree. Good morning, guys. It is the next day and we're gonna go ahead and finish our tree today. We are gonna finish it today. My aim is to finish it by lunch. I have gone ahead and put the tree in its position, which is usually at this corner. It's like the only place in the house that really works. It's not ideal. I feel like the couch is a little bit too big and obviously I can't access anything behind the tree, but it works and I like having it next to the TV and next to the window as well. I've also gone ahead and put on all of the ornaments that I have. These are all of my old ornaments that I've had since, or I've kind of like built up in the last 7 years. And they're just basic white, some red, and I have some special ones like this bow one over here. I got it like a couple of years ago, and it's just so perfect for like the trend right now, for the vibes right now, because I just absolutely love bows right now. And so I would say does everybody on the internet. So it just works out perfectly. But the tree is looking very like a red, white, green themed tree, and we want to introduce some of our pinks. So let's go ahead and do that. If I was just setting up the tree, probably like not for the first time, I would probably start with these first, just like the biggest pieces that would cover up the blank spots that I wanted, and then go in with like my smaller, more delicate pieces. But because we're shooting a video this year, that is not what we did. But I have these big stems of these pink, beautiful, beautiful pink flowers that I bought. Initially, I didn't know how to work with these, but since decorating, like, I think we've decorated over like 50 or 100 trees in the last 7 years or something, kind of figured out how to work with these, and they just add so much to the tree. I already know a few of my blank spots, so I'm going to just get them in. All right, next, I'm gonna put in these like sparkly branches. I swear I had more of these, but just can't find them, and these are old. These are from another tree that we did, and I bought them in Hyderabad. They're really scraggly and stuff, like about to be on their last life, but we're gonna make it work. They look really pretty once they're in the tree, and I did have them in like silver and in gold, and they just look stunning once they're in. Next, we have these waterfall little stems of crystals. They look so stunning. However, they're so delicate. These are also something new that I bought this year. I loved how they looked, and I think it's just like so stunning, but I only got 5 stems of them because they were a little bit expensive. And I'm hoping it kind of works and it doesn't look too out of place. I think it'll be good to put them in places where maybe there's like a huge, like right here, there's like all of this blank space, but there's no branches for me to hang anything on either. So I can hang it on a branch on top, and it'll kind of cascade down and cover the spot. All right, we're done with the little waterfall pieces. Let's go and put in, I think, like looking at it, I think it needs more of like these stems and floral pieces, but I don't have any more. So we're just gonna cover up the rest with ornaments. I've been using these like little metal green hooks. They were only $1 for like 200 of them or something, but just to make it easier to hang on the tree itself, instead of using like the thread attachment to get them in where you have to really shove it in. These are just much easier, and just to also even put it like deep into the tree, you can just hang it quickly instead of having to find a little branch and then move everything around. So we're just gonna work with the front of the tree, like, and not really put anything inside. If at the end I feel like things need to go on the back, then I will just put the red and white and the other older ornaments on the back as well. We also mustn't forget the top of the tree. I'm just looking at it and I realize there's hardly anything on it. So I'm gonna save at least like 1 or 2 of each thing to pop on the top as well. I'm gonna start with these big baubles. They're like in a pale pink. They're so pretty. So we're gonna just put them on the front. Other than the flowers, this is like our first little pops of pink. So I'm really hoping that it makes like everything come together a lot more. All right, I'm saving 1 of the bigger pieces to go on the top somewhere. I ideally want to save all of my little kind of pieces for the top, because I feel like ornaments that are too big on the top just don't balance the tree. But there is a spot. I think I want this to kind of go over here, so I'm going to save this one for that. Next, we're going to do these bows. I am so excited about these bows. They look so freaking cute, and they have like a little clip on the back, and we can just clip them on in different places. And you have to like just work the branch so like the bow faces the direction that you want it to face in. The bows look so cute, and I feel like you can finally see a little bit of like pink coming into the tree, and it just makes me so excited. I have 2 more bows left, but I'm gonna save them for the top because I think the top would look balanced with the bows. The bows are not too big for the top, so I'm gonna save 2 bows for the top. Let's do some more baubles next, I think, just to kind of fill up the area a little bit more. Next, we have some of our specialty baubles that I bought. I think I bought these from an Australian store. It's called Meyer. or David Jones. I think I bought these from Meyer. They have the cutest pink decor. I couldn't find, funnily enough, pink decor anywhere. Everybody has like a lot of blues. I saw greens, and when I went Christmas ornament shopping in Australia, Australia has a warm Christmas. It's summer during Christmas. So a lot of our decor is a little bit different. It won't be the same as the US where you have like lots of snowflakes and other stuff. Like we had like, I think we had like cockatoos and just like lots of like woven or crochet ornament, just like more summery things. And there was like a lot of seafood ones as well, because that's really popular. It was hard to find more Christmas or winter themed in India where I am right now. It is winter. So we decided to stick with like a cooler Christmas theme. These ones are literally so cute, and it has some like crystals and sparkles at the top. Some of these special kind of ornaments I bought, they were rather expensive. I think they were like this one was like $12. So you could you could fill a tree with just like these ornaments, but I just wanted them to be kind of like front and center, kind of somewhere on the tree. And I could, if I wanted to, just crowd the tree with these, but we weren't gonna spend $13 per ornament. Next, we have some velvet or suede-ish kind of balls, and they have some gold thread work running through them. They're again in like a pale pink color, and I'm gonna try and maybe I'll save one of these ones to put at the top. The last one I didn't really get to save. Next, we have some red and pink baubles, and these are done with like thread work. You could do this probably at home if you were patient enough. I feel like this is something that is really gonna tie everything together, because this is the only ornament that has like the red and pink theme together. So this is like that bridge between the pink ornaments and like the red ornaments. The next ones that I have are these beautiful feather ones, and they have like a little bit of gold glitter. They're just feathers stuck on a styrofoam. So if you like the look of these, you could totally DIY them. You don't have to buy a box like I did. But where should we put them? See, like there's like this big gap right over here, but there's no branch there. I'm gonna see if I can connect this hook to the string to hang this here. I think it might work, right? The next one that I have are these red and white stars. These are actually old. They're not from I didn't buy them recently. I can't remember. They came in like some kind of a pack, but I wanted to save them for the front. I'm saving 2 of them for the top of the tree. Next, we have some glittery, I thought these were like tissue boxes, but I guess they're presents, but they're pink, they're glittery, they have little bows on it. Again, kind of just ties everything, I feel like, together with like the bow vibe and the glitter vibe. The next are these longer ornaments. They have a velvet kind of fabric over them, and they have all of this detail. They're in a longer shape, so I think they're perfect for places where you need like a significant amount of drop. We're gonna go ahead and we're gonna do the top of the tree, and I wanted to save the star for last, but I might just do it first because it's gonna take some like wrangling to get the star on. I think I'm gonna need to tilt that entire tree to get the star on. All right, the little, woohoo, look at that star. That looks so cute. But I did need to tilt like the entire tree to get the star on, but it looks good. Okay, so now we can just finish off the rest. I have a box of things that I've just like picked out and kept in my hand to string on. The top section looks good. The star is on. Usually try to put the star on last. Like I said, however, you guys saw to put like the star on, I needed to tilt that entire tree, and I didn't want to do it when I had all of the slightly more delicate items on. Like I have a few of these ceramic houses on, and I just didn't want to I don't want to risk those. We are mostly done with all of our arrangements, all of the ornaments. I have a few little special ones. Some of them I just bought, but some of them I've been collecting them for a while. Whenever we go on a holiday or we go somewhere or I'm traveling and I see a cute little ornament that I like to add to my tree. The first one that we have is this little popcorn one, and this is all beaded. It's made out of fabric. It's all beaded. It is so cute. I absolutely love popcorn. Like, it is my go-to snack over like nuts or chips or anything like that. I do have some other ornaments and things that I can put on before I put these on. However, I feel like the tree is getting a little full now. All of like the prime locations are disappearing. So I just want to put these special ornaments on in the locations that I want them. And then whatever I think like needs to be filled up, I'll just use like our regular red and white ornaments, whatever we have left, to fill those up. So for the popcorn one, I'm thinking here, it is, the trouble with some of these is that they are like a little bit on the heavier side. So when you put them on, they do sink a little bit, but I think that will work. I might actually like put this up a little bit higher here. Give it a bit more of a prime location. Here we go. I think that's cute. Next, I have this little glass globe, and inside is a pretty pink Christmas tree. Next, I have a pair of these pink ballet slippers, and I was saving a spot for them. Then we have this little iridescent nutcracker. I love nutcrackers as like decor items. I love the nutcracker ballet. It is one of my favorite ballets. I don't understand why companies, they just don't run it every year for Christmas. In places like London and stuff, you'll have smaller companies that will run like nutcracker even if like the bigger companies don't, and it kind of all works out. However, I feel like all companies should have a full-length nutcracker every year for Christmas. We have a little ballerina as well. You can see that the pink theme is perfect for a little ballerina theme. This one is also really great because it's so long and it'll be perfect. I really want to have something that covers this area, but we don't have really anything that can just like kind of work. But I also have some gold ornaments that have letters on them. So I have one letter for each of us, for me, my husband, and my daughter. I'm going to put those on as well. They're not too heavy, which is perfect. I'm going to try and scatter these around as much as I can, but I do want them to be a little bit more like front and center. So I have my daughter's one right here. I think we're nearing the end. I just have 3 more little ornaments. I have a little house, which I think I'm gonna pull up on the front over here. Go, make sure that's on properly. I think we're done with the tree. It looks, in my opinion, so cute. The area is all cleaned up and we're gonna put up our stockings. These are like the cutest white and pink stockings, and they have these big bows on them. I got these from Adairs. They were in the kids section. And then I already have these hooks that are actually from last year Christmas that I put them on, but they're like these plastic and metal hooks and they just kind of stick on. I tried to take them off after last Christmas and they don't budge. So I think if you want to give them a go for your stockings, definitely give them a go. I don't know how it would be like if you put like really heavy things in your stockings as your stocking stuffers. Usually we just have like really light little items, or they don't get like overstuffed either. And then I also have this fuzzy white one that I'm going to put in the middle. That looks so cute and it's coming together. And then we have the little tree skirt. I'm so excited about the tree skirt. First time having a tree skirt. Usually I just can't find anything that's good enough. And I just went for like again, I bought this in Australia. I think this is also from Adairs or it's from Meyer. I'm not sure. I could just never find a tree skirt that's appropriate, that is like will work. And I just went for the white one, so we could probably use it. all year round. I do maybe think that the white one will get dirty, but we'll send it to dry cleaning and hopefully it'll be fine. So I'm gonna put this around the tree at the bottom and just try to keep like the wires a little exposed so I can go in and like press the button and make sure that the lights turn on. Might actually just set up the lights maybe right now. Most likely I'll be turning the lights like on and off. Like every night I'd be turning them all off. So we have to do this a couple of times anyway. All right guys, we're gonna turn it on. Again, hoping that there's no electrical fire or something. Woohoo! It's on. Now we gotta press all of the buttons and try to get them. I just want all of them to be like a steady on. I don't want them to like flicker and do all this stuff. So let's get the first one. That's the first one. That's all sorted. And we have 3 more to figure out. All right, guys, the tree skirt is on. I didn't try to make it too perfect or anything like that because I'm gonna put presents on it and it's just way too hard and I'm just like knocking everything over. One thing that I did realize while I was putting on that last light in the corner there is that this side of the tree is still very visible, especially if I'm sitting on the couch. So I probably will go in there with some of these other ornaments and things like that as well. I'm really happy with how the tree turned out. I'm gonna take a little bit of a break, just probably change out of these like mucky clothes because I just like rolled all over the floor with them. So let's get changed and then switch these books out. A little early this morning to do the underneath the TV area. I like how it turned out, but I think in a little while, not today, I will kind of have another go at it. I wish there was a little bit of height to it because I feel like the distance is a little bit too much, but maybe I'm also feeling that way because for like a long time we had those books in there which were just really, really tall. I put some of these ivy leaves, which I actually bought from a shop in the US called Michael's. I bought this ages ago, I think at least. I bought it in 2019. Yep, I remember. We were in the US in 2019. That was the last time I visited there. And that's where I purchased like all of these fake flowers just for like events and like styling for shoots and stuff. And I didn't end up using it because as you guys know, after 2019, 2020, we had COVID and we just didn't end up doing as many shoots and things like that. So those garlands of ivy still had like the tags on them, but I just put them through and then added in some little berries that were actually part of our stock for Chaud's Fleur, I think in 2021. I think they were part of our stock, or 2020, I can't remember, but added those in as well. And then these Christmas ceramic little houses that are from H&M, and then the Christmas candles, the tree candles, are also for H&M. So added those in, added that leftover light, and I like how it looks. I wish I also added in a little bit more pink to it, but I might try to find, I have like these little pink nutcrackers, so I might try to just add them in as well, and I'll make a lot neater and things just later on. I am right now just wrapping some of the gifts. These are actually fake gift. As much as I would like to say that I bought myself or someone 3 new Chanel gifts, it's simply just not true. What I do have here is just like empty boxes, just collected these from like over the years. Also with like Christmas gifting, we usually just limit it to me, my husband, and my daughter. I don't really give Christmas gifts to any friends, and my friends don't either give, like, I think the max we'll maybe do is give a card. This year, I am trying to do something called My Favorite Things, kind of like Oprah's Favorite Things, but for me. And basically what I'm doing is just giving each of my closest friends 3 or 4 of my favorite things from the year. And that will be like makeup for birthday gifts for the year, as well as any other kind of thing that they had. And that will be like their Christmas gift and really their birthday gift. I always have just something going on and I always forget birthdays, which is really bad of me. I know, don't come for me. So this is like my kind of my makeup, I guess. See, this wrapping is so cute. All right, we are all done wrapping the fake gifts. I think I'm the best fake gift packer ever, and I think they look so cute. Like, look at all of these as a cute little set. I'm so excited for no one to open these and for these just to sit underneath the tree while we add in the real gifts for birthdays and 1 or 2 Christmas gifts. Let's put them underneath the tree. We're done with decorating our tree. Let me know what you guys think. We put some presents on. The tree's all lit up. I can see that one of the strands of light is not working. I think like something at the bottom, but that is tomorrow's problem. The area underneath the TV is done. I just have to find a couple of nutcrackers and put it around. I'm pretty happy with how this area looks. I genuinely am pretty pleased. Now you have to finish like doing little touches to the rest of the house. I did mention that we don't go all out everywhere in the house. It's just too hard, to be honest. Even if I wanted to do that, it's just way too hard to find all the decor. Like, we don't have a Target near us, a Big W, a Meijer, or a Christmas shop near us to be able to do that. So this little area is it. This is how much like decoration I've been able to build up in the past 7 years. Maybe things will change once we move to Delhi, and maybe I can order stuff in, maybe I can have a decorator come and do the entire house. That would be pretty cool. But for right now, this is what we've got. I do have some like DIY little things that I want to add, some activities like Christmas activities that I also want to do with my daughter as well. If you liked today's video, remember to give it a thumbs up, subscribe, let me know how your Christmas tree is going, what theme have you picked for this year. DM me on Instagram some of your picks. I would love to see it. I love all things Christmas, and I'm going to see you guys in the next one. Bye.